Hi everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining me once again. Sawubona, bonjour, guten tag, hola, salute. Okay. I 100% knew it was Prince Louis's birthday day before yesterday, and I kept putting off to post a short or a community post, and each time I thought, okay, let me quickly. I was distracted, and the next thing I knew, it was after 10. Oh well, I'm sure little Louis will not miss a message from me. Okay, now today's video will turn into a rant. You can know that for sure. So get your earplugs, your tea or your coffee, your cigarettes, whatever floats your boat ready, because I'm going to talk about Meghan and her Times 100 interview. Not that I really want to, but I have to. So first, let's talk about what is going on with her clothing. Look, everyone is afraid of the crazy lady, so they say nothing. But I'm not, so I will say it. And if you are a fan of hers, send her this video, because obviously no one cares enough to help her mother in particular. Okay, so when we were teenagers at school in the 70s and 80s, it was indeed cool to push our sleeves up like Meghan does. But once you become an adult, especially when you are heading to your 40s or you are in your 40s, you either wear a long sleeve or a short sleeve outfit. And the only time you push up your sleeves like that is either when you do the dishes or work in the garden or whatever. But it's when you work and don't want your sleeves to get wet or dirty. I personally love 100% linen, but it is not something to travel in and then go straight onto a stage. And why not? Because it creases and then you look disheveled. I personally also love wide-legged pants, but Meghan is 5 foot bugger nothing. Well, definitely not taller than 5'5", and unfortunately wide-legged pants do her no favors whatsoever. She looks even shorter and even more frumpy and disheveled. Then, my pet hate on Meghan are her darn collars. Goodness, please, dear God, can somebody show her what to do with a collar? I cannot stand it anymore. And then, worse than that, she was again sweeping the streets and the pavements for free with those pants legs which were again about 2 inches too long. Now, of course, no one would expect a duchess to know how to hem pants. Oh no, that would be so far beneath her. But surely she can afford someone to do it for her. How much can it cost? $20? So her outfit, the pants and jacket, were Ralph Lauren, and it appears to be a set retailing at approximately £1,800. She also wore a Veronica Beard belt at £222, and a pair of Stuart Weitzman heels at about £375, and a white shirt of unknown origin and price, but excluding the shirt, she wore clothing worth £2,400, or then $3,200, give or take $1 or $2. And she looked like shit. Of course it does not help that the clothes, her skin, well, her bronzer or her base and new hair color were all shades of one another. If it wasn't for the white shirt, she would have looked like a toffee. The hair, thank God it was clean for a change, but whoever styled it must have been high or let a couple of rats loose over her head, because what's up with the thin pieces hanging out the bottom? Or is the wig shedding? I don't know. But it really looks bad. So let's get to the shot which popped out of her mouth on stage, and in no chronological order. She said she is the happiest she has ever been, but that it is not her business success. Remember, her first product line sold out in 45 minutes. All 100 items. Or was it 50? 50 altogether, or 50 each? I mean, who knows? I just know that below every item in small print was limited stock before that was replaced with sold out. But anyway, Megsie said that it is primarily her family, her partner and husband, and her 2 young children who make her so happy. Oh, and please note, we had a photograph of Prince Louis only day before yesterday with some of his milk teeth missing. So, of course, Meghan had to mention that she hoped to be back home in time to share in the experience of Archie losing his first tooth. Now, guys, I'm swearing more and more on this darn channel, but oh, for fuck's sake, Archie is turning 6, so it's not impossible for him to be losing a tooth now, or even to have lost one already. But for me, the coincidence is just too great. I mean, yesterday or day before, Louis appears without his front teeth, and today Meghan tells the world Archie is losing a milk tooth. I feel this cold shiver running down my spine, like a number of times before with Meghan when listening to her. This woman is sick, and it is just beyond me as to why organizations and people are still giving her platforms to spill her vitriol on. Now, I went and read the Times article on the event and Meghan's appearance, and I want to read this particular photograph to you, and you can also see this screenshot on the screen. It reads, Meghan and Harry have been famously outspoken about the racist trolling she has endured as a black woman in the royal family. Fucking, excuse me, say again? Come, Uncle Charlie, Auntie Cameltoe and Cuz Billy Willy, listen up and let it sink in. Meghan and Harry have been famously outspoken about the racist trolling she has endured as a black woman in the royal family. Did you hear this, white British people, journalists and whoever else? Once again, you are being called racist. And it does not help that I personally know the royal family is not racist and that Britain is the least racist country I have ever been to. No, my voice is but a tiny drop in the vast ocean. What makes me so angry is that Charles William and an entire nation is allowing it to happen. The so-called Duke and Duchess of Sucks at it are still on the royal website. They still have all their titles, regardless of Harry being a traitor to his king and country. Strong words, you say. Well, go read the law on what constitutes a traitor. I do not care what it takes for the titles to be removed. But somebody needs to grow a pair and set the ball rolling. It is not looking good for the monarchy. Keep taking these remarks and be quiet, and eventually you will begin to look guilty. Take no action against these two and their minions, and you look guilty of everything you are being accused of. You look weak and scared. Your Prime Minister is not a fan of royalty, so use this time to get rid of those two traitors. I'm sure Sir Keir would not mind reducing the line of succession with 3 or 4 people. Why would he? Now, I'm so done with this woman, really. She's trying so hard to sound like Einstein and Mother Teresa all at the same time that she even forgets how to speak English. Listen to this. That are so joyful in the freeness of their life and the safety of the life we create them. I mean that she's talking about her children. The children that are so joyful. Shouldn't it be who are so joyful? And not freeness, but freedom. Really? She is either DUMB or on something, or just, jeez, I don't even know anymore. Just embarrassing to herself and everybody who allows her to talk on such a public stage. Naturally, Meghan mentions that she launched Love Meghan on Netflix, as ever with liquid jam and prickly flower sprinkles and confessions of a female founder, all more or less at the same time, and then proceeds to call herself incredibly busy and ambitious. She also says that she does not go online. She says that she makes a conscious effort to create boundaries for herself and her mental health. Yeah, she seems to have forgotten that she has an Instagram account where we have to witness her bare, sloth feet and veneerless gaping hole, which in turn have us reaching for sleeping aids to prevent nightmares. She also says, and when I'm able to, not even just tune out whatever that noise is, but to really not give it any credence. Yes, that is why Spotify has kicked her under the butt, and why her staff lasts like 3 months before they run for dear life, because she does not listen. She does not listen to good advice. She does not listen to sound ideas or anything else. It also says, I'm kind of late on the boat for a lot of things going on, and I'm okay with that. Yes, we can all see that. She dresses mostly straight from the 70s and 80s, wears those slut strands from the same era. I mean, it's very strange, really, that they never grow any longer. Okay, I guess wigs don't grow. But anyway. And at the same time, she's also trying to be a step-fit wife. Yes, indeed. The first movie came out in 1972, and the story was based on small-town life in the 60s. Yeah, well, I guess Meghan is way behind the times. 50-odd years, I think. Strange that. Well, I think it's rather creepy. Anyway, somewhere in the interview, she also said, my love language is taking care of people. What? Like she took care of her father and a disabled sister? Oh yes, she took care of the Queen all right. She helped that old woman who does not own the word royal right into her grave. It is actually a travesty that Meghan was allowed to attend her funeral. Anyway, so my dear friends, this video was prepared on Thursday, yesterday, the 24th of April, but it will be posted today, Friday the 21st, because guess what? Load shedding is back, and we only got like an hour and a half notice. For how long this time, I certainly do not know, but we will just work around it. If it should be extended and continue for more than a few days, I'll go take the generator out and so on. Anyway, guys, I'm on my merry way. Please take good care of yourselves until we meet again on the next one. Bye.